because I actually thought I had it already, but I don't.
Oh yeah. Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Just talking about our Christmas tops and so on. Elaine's still hoarse.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm kind of. It's loosening out.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
You know, when you wake up first thing, it's always worse.
Yeah. When I was in college, I used to do voice training classes, and the guy who used to teach us used to give us all these warm-ups.
Yeah.
And he said, especially if you're somebody who's broadcasting early in the morning, he said, on your drive to work, do things like, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
I used to do that.
Yeah, and I'd be driving in the road on the dual carriageway in Cork, just going, wow, wow. And then, like, a driver would pass in the car next to you, and you'd just be like, wow, wow. Or, how now, brown cow and red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather.
That
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't
crack.
do that stuff anymore. It's not that I don't care, it's just I live too close to work.
Yeah, so by the time, yeah, exactly.
I
By the time
don't
you
want to
actually
be getting
get in-
going with the wow.
Exactly. I had zero sleep last night, lads, so I'm wrecked, as you can see this morning. I don't know about you, but
All right, yeah, you do look tired.
What storm are we on? Are we on E? Who's E?
Elaine.
Storm Elaine. It was horrendous last night with the wind and rain. I don't know did anybody else hear it, but I couldn't sleep. And then this morning I was having a game of dodge the wheelie bin. So
Yeah.
just take it handy this morning. Lots and lots of rain last night. The wind has died down, but it's very wet out there. And we'll see further rain today. Temperatures of about 10 to 12 degrees.
Some of the big stories in the papers today. Conor McGregor pictured on the front page of the Times Ireland edition. He was in court yesterday, struck out road traffic charges against the UFC star. They were dropped by court in Dublin yesterday. The Irish government planning to introduce up to 45 pieces of emergency legislation. That's if a no-deal Brexit scenario does unfold. That's the Times Ireland edition. Front page of The Sun. Posh loses lots of dosh. So that's all about Victoria Beckham and how her firm isn't doing very well. A mum on trial for murdering her child, a doctor admitting stabbing her 3-year-old autistic son. A power made me stab my son is the quote there on the front page of the Irish Sun today. Also on the front page of today's Irish Examiner, they've lots of lovely Christmas photos over the past few days, and obviously in the next few days they will as well, of different carol services and remembrance ceremonies happening. There's another one of those today. Also on the front page of the Irish Examiner, Fianna Fáil to run new candidate for MEP Brian Crowley's seat is a headline there, and the party keen to reclaim the seat held by Mr Crowley. He left the party in 2014. He hasn't attended Parliament once this term due to ill health. That's in the Irish Examiner today. And Kerry's rebranded Reeks district looks to draw the tourists. So the Wild Atlantic Way has been very successful for Ireland. So people are hoping that the Reeks district it's a little bit hard to say.
The Reeks district.
Yeah, I've tried to say it a few times now this morning. I'm Reeks district might be my new thing to practice. But traditionally aligned with Killarney or the larger county as a tourist attraction, Kerry's newly rebranded Reeks district has reported making further strides since its launch earlier this year, says today's Irish Examiner. And in the Irish Times front page there as well, more on that eviction in Roscommon. Siblings regain possession of Roscommon home following eviction. I think 2 of those people have now moved back into that house. That's in the front page of the Times.
Yeah, it's one of the top trends in Ireland this morning. Again, exactly that. 2 siblings have now moved back into the property. Love Island reunion was on last night on Virgin Media TV.
Yeah, what's that about?
Do you know what? I have no idea. I went to click on different tweets this morning, and all I could see was stuff like, I can't believe she said that. That has actually made my year. And well, if she can do that, that's my 2019 sorted. Those are the kind of tweets I saw this morning, and I imagine that's how the person would have said it. So I have no idea what Love Island the reunion was about last night.
Sorry,
So
speaking of tweets,
educate me.
tweets like that, I don't watch Kerry anymore, okay? But one of the girls in Kerry, there's 2 girls in Kerry together, and one of them cheated on her girlfriend last night with a lad. I don't know who these people are, but Twitter went mad with people going mental like that
Because
over it. They were so upset over one of the girls cheating, like crazy upset. I read some of them. I was like in stitches. I was like,
fans.
it's a TV show, guys.
Yeah, it's not a TV show. It's life. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, it's life. Yeah, it's life. They're like, I'm never watching Kerry again because of this. It's disgusting. The cheating.
The Champions League draw is also trending this morning. So United got PSG, Liverpool got Bayern, Man City got Schalke, and Spurs got Borussia Dortmund. So a couple of fairly decent games there. Liverpool and Bayern should be a cracker, actually. PSG United. Tralee is also trending this morning. This is brilliant news. 100 jobs were announced yesterday by Central Pharma, a pharmaceutical company for Tralee, which is brilliant. So 100 jobs, and it's great news. And Tralee is trending as a result this morning.
Fantastic.
And I was just telling Elaine of the story. I had seen it on Sunday, but I kind of clicked on it last night, clickbait thing, about the Indian Super League where Robbie Keane finished up playing.
Yeah.
There's a guy there's been suspended. He was dubbed the youngest ever scorer at 16 years old and whatever many months and days. It turns out the guy's actually 28. I don't know how he got away with lying about it, but I saw the photograph of him, and I'm thinking to myself, how could anyone think this guy is 16? When I show you the photograph.
He looks, I was going to say your age, but he kind of looks more like in between you
Well,
and me.
he's younger than me, at 28, I'm 31. That's him there. Lads, how could someone go, yeah, he's definitely 16? Yeah.
He looks 35.
I don't know. Anyway, so that I just read the headline. It was one of those clickbait stories that made me kind of go, come on now, lads. And we're a week away from Christmas. So this
Today,
time,
is it today?
Today, yeah.
Okay.
So this time next week, Santa will have been and gone.
Okay.
And I have a breakdown of the various times for various incidents that'll happen in the average family home next Tuesday.
Go on.
So things like
Give us one.
I give an example. And by the way, this I'm way outside this bracket, but apparently your first chocolate will be consumed at 11:53 a.m. Now
What?
I don't know what kind of self-control these people are dealing with, but I would have had chocolate by 7:30 in the
Yeah, I
morning.
was going to say 7:30. Definitely 7:30. Even earlier,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, so the average person apparently will have it at 11:53.
I'll let you know when I eat my first chocolate on Christmas
I'll
morning.
snap you.
Yeah, I'll snap you too.
I'd be like this.
Well, last couple of years I made pancakes on Christmas morning as well, and we'd have Nutella with them, so.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Fair play. I have a job. I
Yeah,
have a job
go on.
every. So my mom, brilliant as and all as she is, she does all of the prep with my dad. Does a bit, but she does the majority of stuff for the dinner, right? But
Yeah.
every year it kind of turned into a bit of a unofficial tradition about 10 years ago, and I've been doing it since.
Right.
I make the fry up. We have a fry up on Christmas morning, and I cook it for all the family.
Nice. We don't do that at all in my house. That sounds good though.
Yeah.
I might throw a few rashers on with the pancakes this year.
Last year I do remember hearing my sister saying, "What time is Andy going to get up at? Like, we're all starving."
Yeah.
I was still upstairs in bed, and they were waiting for me.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't beat a fry up.
Yeah.
Come here. I made pancakes, right? And I tried to make them look like reindeer.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I admire your creative.
And I
side.
used a curly whirly for antlers.
Oh, clever.
Chopped
Oh,
up curly
melted
whirly.
chocolate then.
Yeah, no, well, I didn't melt it, just, because they look
Stick
kind of
it
like
in?
sticks.
Yeah.
I just had it on the plate. Well, no, it wasn't, it was just flat, like, it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
3D.
yeah.
I didn't stand it up. Didn't stand the pancakes up. But, so I had it, and then I had, I think, raspberry for Rudolph's nose, marshmallows for the eyes, something like that. I thought I was doing great anyway. And especially with the curly whirly antlers, I was like, class.
No,
So, brought it into my young one.
Right.
I was like, what's that supposed to be? I was like, a Rudolph, obviously. She's like, I looks nothing like him. And I was like,
He probably did.
put loads of work into it.
I
She said, I'll eat it anyway. I was like, grand.
I'm in awe of you actually getting creative. If I was to actually make pancakes, we're talking slap it onto the frying pan, whip it over, fire it onto the plate, and shove it down. I
Yeah.
would never even thought about a cherry or whatever for the
Yeah,
nose
yeah,
and
yeah.
certainly the antlers, but that's clever.
Do you
Actually.
know,
Probably
just,
wouldn't
I
it?
like to make the effort. Do you know?
I tell you, no, lads. Yeah, so that's
Because I don't do it 364 days of the year.
yeah, it's true. No, what I'll do though is I'll go through on the radio this morning the different times of what will happen between, and in particular family feuds. There's always someone's going to lose the plot on Christmas Day for whatever reason, and normally something small actually. So that's going to happen. And you mentioned Coronation Street there. It's kind of again another unofficial tradition in our house that my mom watches all the soaps. So on Christmas Day, I'll have been caught up in Fair City, Emmerdale, Corrie, EastEnders, Nashville last year. She loves Nashville.
Nashville.
Anyway.
Right. Do you play board games in your house?
I've introduced that as well. I think there's some. Do you know what we do? People sit around, they have a few drinks.
Yeah.
This isn't a board game, but this is a great game for anybody. You can take this. I stole this from somebody else. So we stick a Santa hat in the corner of the TV up here.
Okay. Yeah.
And then anyone who appears in the TV
With the
during
hat
whatever-
on.
with the hat on,
Yeah.
you take a drink.
That's great.
I do
idea.
it with my mom and dad. We're great crack. But I can't say what it is because they may be watching. I have a special board game purchased for this Christmas.
Cool.
I saw it last week and I thought this is a great idea. I'll tell you off here what it is. But
Okay, yeah.
it's a surprise.
Yeah, the Kinsellas love a good board game too.
Are you the
Get
cheat?
bored, yeah. No.
Is
No,
there one
no.
of your brothers notorious for this? She won't name and shame. That silence, we'll take it as a confirmation.
I'd be the most likely to probably.
Really?
But only to speed the game up.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes board games are bloody boring.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they do go on.
I told you this before. We got this one a couple of years ago. A Sherlock Holmes mystery thing. Oh Jesus! There was more reading than the leaving cert. I was just like, what? And then my mother and my brother, my mom and my brother Chris loved it, right? And myself and Barry were just like, oh God, seriously? And like, Mom was like, "No, you should read about the case first." So I was like, "What?"
Sounds like a
She
lot of
handed me
work.
like this A4 sheet, and I was like, "Oh, what?" Like I had to read all about who was where, when, and who said what to who. And I was like, "Lads, I'm after the biggest dinner of my life. I can't handle this at all."
That actually
Kerry is
sounds
coming on.
like far too much
And
work.
someone did something they shouldn't have done in Kerry. I'm watching that. I fell asleep
I'm watching
during
them
it.
tweeting about it.
I fell asleep, woke up, played a little bit, and fell asleep again during the game. They were still playing it when I woke up again.
I love that. You doze off and you woke up and can continue to play. And,
Yeah.
you're still in the game.
And I remember I didn't even ask them who did it. Do you know, in the murder, I was just like, oh.
Will you find out for me, will you?
Who did it? I don't
Will you
know.
find out who did it? Right. If you have any Christmas Day traditions, though, whether it be, you go to Mass or you have the dinner at the same time every year or you've, got relatives who call around or you call around,
Are
whatever.
you good for the Christmas swim?
Yeah,
with me?
the Christmas sim, exactly. Yeah, Elena's done that most the last few years. So do share those Christmas traditions with us, even if it's only something small. Even if it is like you have a chocolate at 11 o'clock in the morning, or you have an old
Woo!
small paddy or whatever. Let us know. You can text or
small
WhatsApp us
paddy.
or leave a comment here. Leave a comment here on the Facebook page, and we'll get through some of them on the radio this morning.
Okay, we're live on Radio Kerry in about 2 minutes' time, so join us for that. And you can comment here or you can text or WhatsApp the show. We hope you have a great Tuesday.
Enjoy. Good luck now.
Goodbye now.
Slacks. That's got to be our screenshot later on now. Your face.